Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach and welcome to a grand final rematch of high quality stuff. SuperCoach draft, as you guys might know.
Absolutely.
Langers and I faced off at the grand final last year. Did a video at the time.
We did at my house.
And at your place, and thought we'd redo that, recreate that. Langers won the first final against me.
Close.
Goes straight to the grand final. I had to go the long way round, beat Watto. But as destiny would have it, we meet again, my friend.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Tension. There's tension.
There is tension. To lose 2 grand finals in a row would be heartbreaking. I'd have to review my position in the draft league. I don't know if I can come back from that, but to put myself in this position, I'm very happy. I've gone the short way. You've gone the long way. Is this going to be a Hawthorn sort of setup where you lose the first final, come back and win the flag, or is this going to be a Sydney West Coast 05-06 sort of setup?
Look at that.
Yeah,
so 33 points.
You had
four.
4 or 5 players.
Jacob Hopper, you cunt. Jed Anderson, fuck you, man.
Rod Hall got injured that week too. No, that was the week before.
The week before it was. So funnily enough, right? Even when we played, because we played in the last round of the season and you won by 15 points.
I did. Oh shit.
So
and then I beat you by 30 in the first final. You had 5 players score under 50.
Yeah, something like
and
that.
Hopper scored like 39 coming back into the team.
I had so much faith in him and he burnt me.
I thought I was done too. I thought I was like, there's no way I can beat this team. And then I was just seeing these 39s and 42s and come through, and I was like...
At selection, I lost Nick Nat, which made me change my ruck, and I played Matthew Flynn, because I thought, well, when he sold rucks, he's okay.
In like Flynn, except not.
Fucking Himmelberg was rucking by the third quarter.
Oh, well, that's a key point. So I got Himmelberg as a free agent.
On the waiver. So we both had him on the claim, and... you got him, which could prove real.
He's been incredible.
Crazy. Now, before we started filming this, you said, I reckon I've picked up a real good free agent. So bring us up to speed with a couple of changes to your team. I don't think we discuss any potential changes because I don't want to, fuck the integrity. But you've already done this one.
So I lost Houston. He's been he was my second last pick in the draft. And he's been the 6th highest scoring defender of the year, I think, or 7th. He's concussed, so he's out for the grand final. So thank you, Dan. So on the free agent list, I picked up Nick Blakey.
Wow, old mate Nick Blakey. So for reference, I had him most of the year.
So could this be a case of the Caleb Daniels from last year, where I got rid of Caleb Daniel, and now I have Blakey just in my last.
So for backstory, last year I picked up Caleb Daniel as a free agent after Langers dropped him. He was in poor form.
He scored that 19 in Ballarat, and I was like, get fuck you little.
And I couldn't believe me luck when I saw him. Now look, I had Blakey
scored like 130 against me in a final or something, didn't he?
I think so. Blakey was one of my last picks in the draft as well, and I was real happy with him. I thought, I could probably go around here, but then he caught fire. And then he's just been, not trash, but...
No, it's just a 56, a 64. You don't want that in the draft.
So here's my team. And the reason I sort of had to get rid of Blakey because I had bigger fish to fry. At one point, I had to replace and cover Hall and Witherden. I've got both these rucks on me fucking bench. So, look, at the moment, right, it sounds like Grundy might come through the VFL.
Yeah.
That's no good to me, mate.
That's no good.
That's no good.
Goldstein's, a good player, but you'd probably swing Grundy to the ruck. Goldstein goes forward. For Gresham, who's potentially injured.
Exactly.
It's all working.
Exactly. So, if I look at my team at the moment, I think Witherden's a strong chance to get dropped.
They don't like him there.
They do not like him, and I presume he was on Butler or Higgins.
Yeah.
And they tore the Eagles
Butler
apart.
kicked a career high 5 goals.
Yeah. So I think he's a good chance to get dropped after not really playing that great.
And this man is causing me headaches in Classic, but in the week of draft final, and I've got him in my Classic, and I need him to perform. I don't need him to perform that much, Jaden. I need you to just get a 95, please. And
I'm hoping Tom Lynch just comes back in the side, bit of rearrangement, put Jaden back to half-back. The Tigers are struggling. Shake it up, Dimmer. Shake it up, mate.
Oh, he's shaking it up. He's shaking up the VFL. Williamstown players and shaking it all up.
That's the crazy thing with draft, though, is like most of the year after trading out Cornelio in my classic and having an absolute howler. I
Yeah.
was barracking against him
Yeah.
on the weekend. I'm just praying that Steve
Yeah.
goes big. But
He's been good.
so to dive into my thought process,
Tell me,
Jake,
Daniel.
I would love to see one of these guys come back, but it doesn't sound like it's going to be Grundy. Even if it's Nick Nat, he's missed a few weeks and he comes up against Jared Witts.
Yeah, right.
Which makes me nervous.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I'd like to see Tom Green come back because I think he'd go straight into the guts.
Why is he not in? He's been omitted on form. Wasn't he
Well,
one of the best young mids in the comp in the first 10 weeks?
Yeah, I listened to McVeigh's press conference and they sort of said
No good.
his form's declined, he has a massive workload. I read it as more of a we're managing this young guy.
It's because Cornelio's gone in and taken his spot.
Yeah, and that's why, look, I'm not super confident with Ward. I was happy to bring him in on the weekend because of Kelly out and Green out.
Yeah.
And he did play genuine mid. But if Kelly comes back or Green, I don't know if I'd keep him. I'd definitely put Green in over him. And look, Greenwood, solid, minimal ceiling. And then, of course, we have Gresham and Witherden, who I have doubts over. And look, I know Dixon's been in amazing form, but he also makes me nervous with his hot and cold ability. And I hope old mate Aaron Hall doesn't get any COVID infections, mate. Just stay clear of everyone.
Do we know who the North players are that are sick?
I don't know.
So a big point of contention here is my bench. So on my bench, I've got Kadeen Coleman, Tim Kelly, who scored 11 from a full game of AFL football.
Yeah.
Danger and Jack Graham. So you have one playing player on your bench currently. I have 4. So you're going to have to dig and find some depth if need be. Yeah. Look.
I mean, I've been carrying these blokes.
Yes.
It won't matter on Friday morning because I'll know whether they're going to play or not.
Yep.
So I've just been holding off on getting rid of Grundy or Nick Nat because I don't want you or Watto to pick them up. Now, it's grand final week. We're going to know.
Imagine if
it's going to be
Grundy
simple.
And then he was a lady and then I got in.
Imagine. Personally, I don't know why you wouldn't play Grundy unless he really is struggling for fitness.
Who Collingwood have got?
Port Adelaide.
I don't really have a strong ruck stock.
Finlayson and Dixon.
Yeah.
More so Finlayson. So
Finn Dixon.
something like that. So
In Layson. Finn Layson got yeah.
Oh, Jakey boy, I'm just gonna check how we're going here. How are you feeling, mate? Give me your thoughts. What are your thoughts before this grand final?
Yeah, well, it's honestly it's pretty even.
Yeah.
It will literally come down to who scores a 40 on either team. So as I go to the match statistics, that's the wrong one. That's yours. Here we go. So we don't take into account projected scores, but you're 50 points ahead of me. But I've switched a few players around on the bench. I don't know why it says I've got 5 players on the bench. Oh, because Maynard's injured, but I think you'll be fine.
Yeah,
but I've got Coleman to come on for Maynard.
And I think Coleman looks a lock to play. So
look, it really just does come down to, if Dylan Moore scores a 130 again, still wouldn't know who the bloke is if he punched him in the face. But Charlie Dixon, if he scores 130 again, I think when we played last time, Noah Anderson scored like 150 goal after the siren areas. But yeah, it's just going to come down to who scores 40 and who scores 150 and goes like big.
I agree. I think sometimes in draft, you're right. If you can, I always hope for no disasters. Like what happened, no injuries in the second quarter, no 50s. And then if you really want to get greedy, come on Petrarca, come on Millsy, come on Walsh, give me a 150. I think that's what sorts out the draft teams, is you can either avoid the stinker or you have a week where your big dogs go big. So, yeah, last week I was happy with 111. And 97 from Mills isn't terrible, but you look at, say, let's call it Pendlebury. He'll give you 80 or 110, where Petrarca could give me 80 or 180.
Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about here.
Now, while I'm thinking of it, Steele and Sinclair, I have Steele, you have Sinclair. They're coming up against the Hawks this week. Finn McGuinness has tagged living daylights out of his last few opponents. Does he get Steele or does he get Sinclair?
Wow,
that's another big
very
option as well. Ryan Clark had done it as well. against Sinclair and kept Sinclair very quiet. So that is a susceptible
Shit, I haven't thought of
option
that.
there. Yep.
Makes me a little bit nervous. Hadn't thought of that.
And
yet.
honestly, like where a big point of contention for winning is those players that you might want an 80 out of them if they go like a Dylan Moore 130 or whatever it is.
Because I think my read is.
So you're 1,000 points ahead of me on total points.
Yes, I am, but I think the start of the year. I think there was no doubt the first 10 or so weeks. I think I was the form team at the start, but the last 4 to 6, you know, there's been things like Jaden Short, Tom Green, Aaron Hall's been injured, Brodie Grundy, you know, even someone like Jay Gresham hasn't been quite, you know.
Gresh Prince.
Yeah. So I feel like I dropped off a touch. So it's going to be tight. I do think. Yeah, I do think. Look, probably going to put you on mute for the weekend. You know, probably not going to chat too much.
You don't want to talk to me, or
no. No. I'll bid you farewell and all the best on Friday afternoon.
Yep.
May the best man win,
May
and
the force be with
I'll
you.
talk to you probably Monday.
Now, I think I did this last year. I won't look at scores. I'll try not. I'm a score looker. You're not.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want, but I cannot. I'll dive deep into the stats, mate. I'll be looking at the stats like a psycho, but for whatever reason, it makes me real nervous.
You'll be watching all the games.
Yeah.
Yep. So, if a player of yours or mine was to go down with an injury, would you just tune out then, or? So it's like
I would potentially punch a hole through the wall, and I'll never give up, Jay. I'll never give up. If say, buddy, Hall goes down with a 42, I'll punch a hole in the wall, walk back in, and say, Christian Petrarca, I fucking need a 160 from you. I need a 160 from you, mate, to make up for it. But yeah, I don't know, mate. Honestly, I find these draft finals so damn tense.
It's quite riveting.
Yeah.
It's pure, because classic, you know, there's a few teams that are quite similar, but this is my team versus your team.
Yeah.
This is not just, you know, we've both got this player and they score well and might choose a different captain. This is my knowledge and your preparation.
Mm. And it's built upon so many weeks, a draft night at the start of the years, yeah. And there's genuine history between me and you. Not just the last final, but like just we do these videos and we
it's like we've been drafted together and we've gone to different teams, you know. Just we find each other on the battlefield and
so I do find myself getting anxious about it because classic is classic. Like often, well, what more could have I done? But draft, you make every fucking decision about the whole team and free agents, you know, live and die by the sword. We'll both make a couple of changes. Should be very interesting. But good luck, mate. Good luck for the weekend ahead. I'll probably post this one on maybe Friday, to be honest. But,
I'll probably post this one never. So I don't post it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And look, may the best man win.
May the best team win.
Yeah, well, that's it, yeah.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
guys.
Thank you for having me.